Greetings and welcome to In Depth. I'm Dike Rostant. Now, the role of the Calypsonian is, well, one of those roles is to help bring things to light and make us think about certain situations in a slightly different way. And we're going to be having a conversation with someone who is doing just that, Calypsonian Nakasa Thatcher-Roberts. Nakasa, I want to thank you for making the time. I know band practice going on and all these sorts of things. But in terms of like the lead into this conversation, making us think about one situation in possibly a different way. Tell us a little bit about Bad Girl, please.
Exactly, Rude Girl.
Rude Girl, G's and H's.
That's all right. So the name speaks for itself. We understand the episode that happened with the police officer and the Mr. that called the St. Joseph police station. But nonetheless, and a lot of people had much to say on her response, which is understandable, right? Even I to myself, when I heard the recording, I was like, oh, gosh, man, she could have done better. Nonetheless, in the composing of the song, which was done by Maria Bola, you know, she brought the lyrics to me and she said, this is what we're going to do. I said, what you mean? She said, we're going to shed a different light on this entire situation. We understand she was wrong. She was wrong. But at the end of the day, there could have been reasons, that could have made her respond in that type of way. We're not saying we condoning the rudeness or misbehavior, but sometimes we just have to ask a question, why was she like that? What's the reason behind that? Now, it's a controversial kind of song, which is fine, because not everybody would understand the sarcasm in the song, right? And this song was done in that way to bring about different light as to the issues that she would be having, what she could have been going through, but it's also directing the public of Trinidad and Tobago of what they should do in the instance of something happening. Because a lot of people think that the police have to come to you. Yes, they do, but you can also go to a police station, make the report, you know, do what you have to do. You know, about the police a little bit.
I know there's a statement, there's a saying, all you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough.
Yeah.
But we do always do all we could do.
That is true.
But in terms of doing all we could do, when Miss Maria Bola said, this is what we're going to do, what was your response to her?
I was like, okay, I'm listening. And then she set down the lyrics. I was like, Maria, not everybody going to understand this, you know. And that is the truth. Not everyone understands this song in that sarcasm kind of way. Because it is a sarcastic song. We're not condoning the nonsense, but we're saying, hey, you go and find a station and don't wait for shit. You understand? Don't wait for the police officer to do it for you, because some people might just say the police has let us down. And I might agree in some cases. But at the same time, we have to do what we have to do as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
But in terms of doing what it is you have to do, this art or this expression of art is not the only way that you express your art. So what else are you involved in, Miss Lady?
I am a professional makeup artist. These hands do a lot of things. These hands are really blessed. I'm a professional makeup artist and I own my own cosmetics line that is cosmetics.
And I hear about that. And I don't know if to say happy birthday, whether or not it's in the terrible or terrific twos.
No.
But tell me a little bit about cosmetics.
And growing too. Because I don't believe in small business. Why? Let me tell you why. I believe in a growing business.
Okay.
You understand? No, I'm not taking away from the small business aspect, but for me, I speak the things that I want to see in my life. And I believe that cosmetics will grow beyond the small business aspect. It has to become bigger than what I imagine. And I just need the capacity to do all of that. And I believe that cosmetics is going to become international one day. Believe me on that.
Hello. Decree and declare.
That's right.
But 2 years. Take me through the process, because not everybody will say, this is what I'm going to do, especially when you're looking at other brands.
Wow.
So what was that? What was that like?
Oh wow. Now cosmetics booted out of the pandemic itself. I was home and they were shutting down the beauty aisles in the stores. I'm like, at home and I'm still doing makeup because we were doing the virtual way. So when the product finishes, what do? I can't get any more. So I lay down on my bed and I was just talking to God. I said, God, what on earth am I going to do? And then God said, you know, if you had your own brand, you wouldn't run out. I was like, oh, yes, man. So I literally jumped out of my bed about after 1 in the morning. I was like, okay, how do I go about making my own brand? What do I need to do? Who do I contact? Who do I talk? What can I do? And I started doing some research as to where brands come from, who develops the thing, and how it markets and all these kind of jazz. And I literally had some sleepless nights, and I still do. I don't think rest knows me. I really don't think rest knows me. When it comes to having a business, there is no rest, really and truly.
But I want to ask about that a little further because in terms like, I don't think there's necessarily a manual or a how-to.
There isn't.
But what is it working for you? So like, where did you get started, pull some of this information from?
There are factories in China. We all know that China manufactures many, many things, even for big companies. And I wanted my product to be manufactured by a very, very good company who's also manufacturing for another big makeup company as well. So when I got that information, I was like, yes, God, you do the thing right. So from there, I went and got all my information. I have an uncle as well who lives in China, who helps me dealing with the factory, then communicates with them and let them know this is what I want, this is what I don't want, how I want the product to look and feel and all that kind of jazz. And we had back and forth of what the formula should be, what the coverage should be, especially for our climate. It's not the easiest thing to get makeup to last.
Well, I want to talk about that too, and even like who is the person that you're targeting towards right about now? Is he a little on the melanated side?
So
is it yes?
Specifically, I am known as a makeup artist who has mastered the art of dark skin because I'm a dark skin myself. We melanin people, and I get that compliment a lot. They say, you just make darkies look like themselves. And that is really, really credible for me, right? And with that, I'm like, you know what? I want to aim in the aspect of making sure we dark-skinned women have something that we could use. And we don't have to look ashy, we don't have to look red, we don't have to look too yellow, but we can look like, because our skin has some red in it or some orange in it, and we want to know our undertone where that is concerned. And most, or some brands, not most, but some brands doesn't give we dark-skinned people that opportunity. It's very, very difficult to find, well, not now, let me change that, not now, because from the pandemic till now, things have changed in terms of shade range where melanin makeup is concerned. So I have seen even from my beginning till now where shade range has been more available to people of my complexion and darker, and that is fabulous.
But shade range is one thing, but also type of skin is another. So somebody might have a little
oily skin or dry skin, that kind of combination skin. Well, let me tell you, my brand in itself works for every skin type, and I'm boasting in that. Because I have tested it on every dry skin, combination skin, oily skin, and people have the same review. It's like butter. It just melts into your skin. I'm telling you. When you lay it down, somebody said, she said, oh my God, it feels like my skin. I mean, that's the idea. We don't want makeup to feel heavy on us. We don't want makeup to feel overdone. We really want it to just feel like skin. And with some of us like full coverage. And a little goes a long way with this brand. A little goes a long way.
But you're talking about having sleepless nights looking at cosmetics. How do you balance the brand as well as being an artist on stage?
Gosh. Well, it's seasons. Let me put it that way. Because this carnival is a season. And what I have done is separated it just a little bit, because I still have my clients and who book it, because now I am only taking bookings for carnival makeup, and that is what happens around this time. I hardly ever get anything else, no birthdays, no anniversaries. I may get a bride in between there, but I am literally focused on the carnival Monday and Tuesday. I have my clients coming in for that. So it is a season thing where I don't really have a flow of clients constantly every single day, no, but we have something big coming along, and that is where the focus is right now. So it is seasonal, and it's not really difficult to manage it right now. But if you ask me if it's after this, it might be difficult, yes, to manage both of them, but I get help. So
Okay.
yeah, I get help.
But also in terms of season, you're early in season as an artist on stage. So is it a matter of sleepless nights because of that too? What are some of those challenges just in terms of having people say, hey, Nakasa boy, yes boy?
No, because I am so consistent on my social media page, a lot of people have seen me perform in that aspect, and they know that, all right, Nakasa coming with something. But the people outside of that who has never seen or heard of me before, like, who is this new person on the market? Right? And some of them would say, oh, she's a force to be reckoned with. Terry Lyons is one who pushes behind me, and Maria Bola as well. Terry Lyons make no joke about me, none whatsoever, and I'm very grateful for all that she has done thus far in that regard. And I mean, it could be challenging because I hear some talk about you gotta pay your dues as a new artist, and I'm like, what you mean? We have to pay with dues if we have good songs. Oh gosh, don't kill the culture now. Bring up the younger ones who are coming up because hey, we have good quality music.
But there's apparently a level of support, and I'll have you close on this, please, in terms of the support within the Divas Cabaret. What is that? What is that? What is that like?
Oh my God, it is amazing for being a first-time member of the Divas. It is indeed a heartwarming kind of feeling where I don't feel like a stranger. From day one, I don't feel like, and some of us know each other, and some of them know me from social media as well. So I don't feel like a stranger, and from the moment I got in, it was a love. And I cannot express how grateful that was, because I felt right at home. Really, really felt right at home.
If I rude, I rude. If I rude, I rude. Rude girl. If I rude, I rude.
And we're grateful as well for the time that you've shared with us. This has been In Depth. We've been speaking with Nakasa Thatcher-Roberts, and it's Rude Girl, not Bad Girl. And she's at Divas Cabaret. So we say more power to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Somebody say it might be comedy hour, but we're not here for that long. But we are going to continue the conversation. Welcome back. We are speaking with Anastasia Richardson. And there's a song that somebody singing this year, that somebody, namely you, Sorrow, Borrow, Prayers.
Yes.
So welcome. And take
Thank
us
you.
Take us through the genesis
Oh
of
my
that song.
goodness. Well, first and foremost, the composer is Maria Bola. And Maria has the very distinct talent of writing to suit the person that she's writing for. And that in itself is a talent, because I'm quite complex. So to be able to write something that will personify me and how I like to storytell, it was really magnificent. So when I saw the title of the song, Sorrow Borrow Prayers, what? And then I read the words, and I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And then I started to sing it and internalize it. And I linked instances in my life to be able to tell the story better, which is what most storytellers do. So it's a song that everybody knows. Everybody has somebody like that in their life. A screwdriver, a wheelbarrow, a $5, $100, and his prayers to get it back. Oh Lord. So this is what the Calypso is about.
Well, you know, sometimes they say easy lesson make for hard is. My mommy say, learn what you can afford to lose. But in terms of that storytelling aspect, is it something that you've honed over the years? Because, you know, in different circumstances, it could get you in problems.
Yes, yes.
But tell me about your storytelling experiences,
Right.
tendencies.
Well, actually, I grew up very timid. And anybody who sees me now and know me from school probably know, but timid at home only. Not when I'm at home, because the household was very, very disciplined. So girls couldn't speak really. But I always got in trouble because I would always attempt to not listen and have my say. And having the platform where I can express myself, when I first started to sing, oh my God, that was years ago. When I first started to sing, it was magnificent. And that was the only place it had no rules. So I was really able to tell the story, and people always ask me, are you nervous? All the time, every single time. But I use it to the advantage of the performance. And my thing is, I could be singing about hot dogs. If I don't believe that the hot dog's doing what it is for me, they're not going to believe anything. So I always like to attach myself to lyrics so that the audience can receive it and have their own little stories about it.
And that's one of the things that I wanted to ask about, because is it a matter of the writer bending and flexing to suit the person that they're writing for? Or is it a matter of the artist looking and saying, okay, how can I internalize this to really portray what has been written?
Right. I think it's twofold. So the writer would probably know the person that they're writing for, or maybe even how they are, how comfortable they would be portraying the lyrics. And again, now it's up to the performer now to tell the story that the writer wrote. So it's hand in hand, really.
And hand in hand, right now you're working hand in hand in terms of balancing what it is you're doing in Divas, along with what it is you're doing during the day most of the time. What is that experience like? I have a new, profound respect for entertainers, because having a day job and having to perform in tent at night, and of course it's not just tent, it's other areas of Trinidad you have to perform or audition, and then you have to market yourself, and you have to, you know, remember your lyrics, study your performance, how you're going to, it's not just one, okay, I'll just do this. No, you always want to find new interesting ways in which you could get that executed. So it's a balanced home life. I still have to go home, I have to cook, I have to, you know, clean, I have to manage the household, and I have work, and I have my outfits, because we divas, we really love to dress. So that's a really big factor that I pay attention to. So, you know, we would want to change it up, especially Judges' Night. You know, you want to change it up to, you know, create the story, the complete thing. So it's really, really challenging at times, but I will not change it for anything. I'm not going to trade it in. I love it. I love performing. And it seems as though we see you performing in different places, because the first time there was a performance that you did, and we used part of that for Feel Good.
Oh, Best Village. Yes.
So is there a certain type of performance or genre that you prefer over others?
Actually, I like all types of music. I started singing, well, Digital Rising Star was the first big platform for me, 2014. I played second. And then I entered into a group in Best Village, CIPC, European Videos Performing Company. And from there I did theater, calypso, spiritual songs. No, I do not dance. Unfortunately, we can't have it all. But I love to see them dance. And it's something I do weddings, I do a lot of genres. So I'm not just boxed into culture, it's that I love performing. So even if it's a skit, if it's a song, a wedding, or anything, any ceremony, even for the government sometimes when they have, you know, different grand ceremonies and stuff, I would do stuff like that. So it's any platform where I can perform and express myself, I go, yes.
What has the experience been like? Because one of the things we've been asking is, how does it feel? Because yes, you say the divas like to dress fabulous, but what is that level of support for each other that is happening within the cabaret?
Oh, it was surprising, because the first instance when I joined the Divas, when I auditioned, I was thinking, you know, generally people would think, woman, oh gosh, bacchanal, and it's such a sisterhood. It feels like family, where everybody is just so accepted and we prop one another, and it was so surprising, and it's something that's what we embrace, and we're very, very proud that we stand up for each other, and we all say, hey, there's always a sisterhood, and I love that environment in Divas. Yes.
And looking at the song, what has the feedback been like? Because it's one thing to put yourself into a song, but when the audience put themselves into it too and they say, yes, I have them, what was that like?
It's amazing. The first time I performed the Sorrow Prayers at Kaiso Blues, Rostant Road, that was the opening night. I was extremely nervous because I didn't know how they would accept it. And to get an encore was, oh my goodness, it was phenomenal. And then when I came back on and I did my encore verse, of course, you have to give the audience what they asked for. And I came off and I said, okay, thank you. And they encored me again. I was thinking, okay guys, I don't know how many other verses I could make up. Guys, please encore me like a fifth, sixth, seventh time. And you know, they just did not care. It's that I think it's the relatability to the lyrics in the song. And I like that it's simple, it's crisp, and it's to the point. Because that's how I am. I'm a kind of to the point kind of lady. I really don't go around the savannah at all. I just get straight to the point. What is it? Okay, cool. You know, and that's how I am, and that's how I told the story. So everybody was, what they say, eating out of my hands, so to speak, and they were getting one, and it was so distracted at times because I'm seeing the audience standing up and running, and I'm like, what? And I'm just thinking, listen, lady, remember your lyrics because, you know, they are enjoying your performance. Don't lose yourself. But it's really, really nice to see that they accept it, and they relate to it, and they communicate with, of course, the encores and stuff. It's really lovely.
Like to sit alone till it's time to return. They quick to remind you when you didn't have no damn shoe how hard for you it was, and it's them letting you slip us. I don't care.
I don't know, talking about the people who are eating out of your hand and take care of some of the people who are running around. They're running around to message people from thing you have for them from 19, how long. So I don't know if you start that wave or helping to put something in, because people say that 2024 is a different kind of energy.
Yes.
But we want to thank you very much for sharing some of your energy with us, Anastasia.
Most
Richardson.
welcome.
Sorrow.
Borrow. Prayers.
On behalf of the entire TTT News team, I'm Dike Rostant. This has been In Depth with me. Thank you so much for tuning in.